boys and girls, and having a little stroll today, another stroll, and I've come out specifically to look for a particular type of plant. Dusty day today with this heat, and this is the plant, Meadowsweet. I've just come across a little patch of it here, and I'm going to harvest some of this and use it to flavour some lemonade. There are recipes online for making things like Meadowsweet cordial and stuff like that, but for the time being I'm just going to flavour some cheapo lemonade from the supermarket. Meadowsweet is one of those lost herbs, got medicinal properties. It also was discovered to have salicylic acid in it, before willow actually. It's loaded with aspirin. Salicylic acid is the basis of aspirin, and that's the leaf. I'm gonna collect some leaves as well, and so I'm trying to dodge the sun. It's really bright. Collect some leaves, and I'm going to make them into a Meadowsweet leaf tea later on as well. So if I just turn this round now, and I think we can focus in on this. This is some of this Meadowsweet. I'm going to pick quite a few blooms off it, because if I break this off, it's the small stuff you want. This, you don't really want the greens. That hasn't quite come into flower, that one yet. That won't matter, because this is the stuff we want. And I'll collect some leaves as well. It's really nice, got a lovely, really nice sweet smell to it. It's one of those medicinal herbs used for years. There's all sorts of claims to it, like, and a lot of it's actually true, as modern pharmacists have found out. So we'll crack on and collect some more of this. Nice bag there. 20 blooms there, that should be plenty for what I want. I'll get some leaves now. These are always handy. Polythene, I get these from work. Lads and girls who work there in the kitchens, I get them to keep them for me. Very durable. They're brilliant for collecting all sorts of things in. Leaves, flowers, fruit, nuts, and they tend not to leak as well. So I use a lot of these. I'm just going to collect some leaves now. Yeah, you're all right, mate. Quite a few there. That should be enough for my needs. Make some tea out of this. I am on quite a bit of a public path. No surprise, someone's just cycled past. But he was polite enough not to crash into the camera. Right, ladies and gents, I'll get these home. Right, home now. A bit later in the evening. No cooler, really hot again today. As you saw earlier, I collected some meadowsweet blooms and some leaves. I'm going to treat these separately. I'm going to make a tea out of these leaves, a crude infusion, but not at the moment. I'm going to do that out in the woods, outside at least. What I've got here is a cheap bottle of lemonade. I think it costs about 60p or something. Glorified carbonated water with a bit of sugar in it. This is also sweet anyway, meadowsweet, it's in the name. It's, when you sniff it, it smells sort of sweet with the aroma. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this lemonade, and I'm going to show there's 3 different receptacles here. One was just an empty plastic bottle, because obviously this is carbonated and I want to keep the fizz. So I've got that. I've got this little flask effort thing here, which works like a vacuum flask, keeps things hot. It also keeps things cold. And I've got myself a little 1 litre flask here, which once it's sealed, it'll keep in, or should keep in the fizz. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I know that that's what we got here. That's 500ml, I think it is. No, 75. Not too bad. That's about half a litre, and that is a litre. This flask here, and I've got 2 litres of lemonade, so I should just get away with this. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide this up basically into 3. Now then, obviously the quantities vary there, so the flavour from the infusion will vary slightly for each bottle, but I could in theory mix them all back up and put them all back in here. I'm going to infuse this overnight, and in the morning I'm going to strain it and then put the liquid back in here before all the fizz is gone, and it'll have the flavour of this meadowsweet in it. So first and foremost, I'm just going to get this bottle and squeeze this in. Get it all in there. Put that in there. Force some into here now. Okay, there. And that in there. A lot more. A lot in there. And the rest go into this flask. Just let that will work. Some of it in. Wide neck bottles and undoubtedly healthier. And there's usually a reason that the necks on carbonated bottles like that lemonade there is a narrow neck, because it helps to keep the fizz in. Yeah, that's good. Put it all in. Screw that up. And then little cloth gone. Oh, there it is. And then it's a simple matter of topping these up with the lemonade, and for that I have a funnel. Oh. It's already excited. Obviously there'll be some displacement, so this is a litre volume, but it won't be a litre because the flowers are taking up a bit of space. A bit excited there, almost like a reaction. Interesting that. Interesting interesting thing going on there. It seems to have reacted. It's 2 litres accounted for. It seems to have reacted with the vegetation, which is a bit odd. Not to worry. And then seal that tight. And the same with it. There's actually quite a lot of displacement here with the vegetation. Just pop that there like that, catch it all. I think I put a bit more in there than I should have done. Not to worry. So put that in there like that. Get a good seal. That's that. And you can see with this, because it's obviously clear, it's all floated to the top this now. I won't have to press that down. Secure that like that. Whoops. That's about as tight as it's going to go. and I can turn it upside down like that. Obviously that'll infuse overnight. Probably get about 8 hours. Let it infuse about 8 hours. In fact, what I'll do is I'll leave these till tomorrow evening. I'll do them then, give them a real good infusion. So midnight, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, about 18 hours I reckon. I'm just trying to work out what time I was coming home from work tomorrow. Yeah, so I'll let them infuse for about 18 hours and we'll take it from there. So that's that for now. That there. And as I say, with these leaves, there's a little bit of wilting going on, but that doesn't matter. You just basically go through these, like obviously that one there, some sort of bug is eating that. Check it for wildlife, caterpillars in there. I'm not actually sure what species of caterpillars, if there are any, of moths or butterflies actually have the Meadowsweet as a food plant. I'm not sure about that. Can't actually think of anything, to be honest. The little bits, you just throw them away. But I'll put these in the fridge, keep them a little bit fresher, and get the chance in the morning I'll go out and make a brew. So that's that for now. I'll just put these in the fridge also, and we'll take it from there. So the big reveal next, I suppose. After a brew. Right, back again. As I said earlier in this video, I'll be out with my Meadowsweet leaves, make a crude infusion. I've got my little camping stove here, and I've just come to this quiet spot. There's a bit of traffic up there, but I've just come to this quiet spot down by the river, primarily because we don't get dog walkers and stuff here on this side of the river anyway. And I'm going to make an infusion, a tea if you like, of these leaves. I'm just going to make a green tea. I'm just going to boil up some water. Now, depending on what you read online, for any plant, all edible plants have a nutritional value, and a lot of people insist that if you boil plants or you add boiling water to plants, some of that nutritional value is lost, and it's probably true. How much is lost is open to debate, but I'm sure with certain plants it has been analysed. With this, of course, it's not just nutritious, but it's also got salicylic acid in it. That's the base of aspirin, salicylin, and so they recommend you not to eat too much of this if you've got heart conditions or you're on medication, blood thinners. That will just make it worse. So if you're being the dentist or something, don't eat this after it, otherwise it'll take longer for the bleeding to stop. So I'm going to make a little infusion. I brought some fresh water in a bottle, and so I'm at the side of the river. There's bats flying around already, and I was going to come out this morning, but I didn't get a chance, and work beckoned, so I've come out this evening. Got about an hour and a half daylight left, so I'll exploit that. And so I'm going to boil up some water on a little stove, let this steep in the boiling water, the hot water, for a few minutes to get some of the flavour out, and give it a stir, and take it from there. So I won't boil it up in the pan like I do when I'm sort of camping and throw a tea bag in and just stew it right up. But I don't mind stewed tea. So I'll let this sort of steep for, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes. Give a chance for the water to cool down as well. And we'll have a swig on that. And a bit later I'll be doing my filtering of the lemonade, which I did last night with the flower heads steeping in the lemonade overnight. Add a bit of flavour to that. So we'll press on. Got a nice little boil going on there. So what I want to do is just literally take that here, some leaves, stalks and all. I'll break some of them up. Pop them in like that. Nice handful in there. This is just an ad hoc amount. People talk about grams and things like that. I'm just going to put them in, and then I'm just going to turn down the gas, turn it off, and let that soak for 10 minutes. And then that's it. Let that soak for 10 minutes, and then we'll strain it off. Let that steep now for a good 10 minutes. Yes, it's getting quite dark now, so I'm just doing my best to capture the best of the light. But cheers. Bit of an oddball taste, really. Not unpleasant. I'm just wondering now, you can dry these leaves. There's loads of bats flying there now. Yeah, you can dry these leaves and then just treat them like you would tea. Maybe I don't know, a couple of spoonfuls or something per person in a cup. And I've got no idea how much aspirin I'm ingesting. But Let's hope it's gastro friendly. I'm just going to turn this camera around and just wait here. I'm just going to see if there's got to be about 20 bats flying around here at the moment. Let's see if the birds flying over. I don't know whether the camera will pick them up, but there's bats flitting all over the place here. Anyway, back to my fizzog. Small bat there. I suppose if I had to describe this, it's almost like a chalky background to it. Sort of an aftertaste, like you might have had a bit of talcum powder in your mouth or something. It's alright though. You can make infusions like this, teas if you want. Lots of different leaves. I'll be covering several of them in the future. I think the next one I'll do will be possibly willow herb. But there's a very interesting historical story about willow herb, modern tea, which is a camellia, and the British Empire, and of all things, the Russian economy, and back to the days of empire. But we'll come to that in a future one. So I'm off home in a minute, and I'm going to finish off the lemonade and have a sample of that. Hopefully the bubbles will still be in it, and we'll take everything from there. In the meantime, a few more bats. Right, back in the kitchen, as it were, and this has actually all been steeping now for 24 hours. I thought it'd be about 18, but one thing and another, it's 24 now. So I've still got the 3 containers. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pour them into this sieve here, take the big bits out, and I'll pour them through this little one to start with. That's take a lot of the stuff out, but I'll do that second. I'll put it through the big stuff there, and I'll put it through the small one there as I pour it into this, back into the bowl. That's the plan. Let's see if it works. But, let me see. So you can see what it's like there. There's a lot of fine stuff sunk to the bottom, and the big stuff is still there. And it's still got some fizz in it. So I'm going to pour that in there like that. Almost to the bottom of the sieve there, I think. A little bit more room. Okay, there's this one now. Pour some of this in. I'm not going to bother draining it to its last drop. See there, it's quite discoloured now, and it smells very different to what it was last night. So get this bottle here now. What I'll try to do is be a smart ass and pour it in, but I'm going to pour some of it through this. See if I can't reduce some of the bits that are going into it. It won't do it any harm to drink it anyway. You can see that's that sort of tiny sludge type stuff. That there. So that seems to work well. You see there. Nice colour there. Yes. Do it again. Reminds me of that cloudy lemonade you can buy. Put this lid on quick to keep any fizz in. And that's the end product. Because it's carbonated, it would be very difficult to run this through a fine sieve. You'd just lose all the fizz, unless you had one of those machines you could put it through to recarbonate it. Soda stream type thing, but that looks okay. Quite pleased with that. Right, I've got my glass and my lemonade here. I'm going to have a quick swig of this. The fizz seems to have died down a bit, only a little bit there. Let's we'll see. Might regenerate itself a little bit. This is the thing. You can see this. I don't know if you can see that through there. There's some tiny bits floating. That's neither here nor there. That's actually really nice. Yeah, quite refreshing too. Yeah, very impressive. That's well recommended. It's actually got a background kick to it, almost like if you're having an alcoholic drink or something. Not that it's alcoholic. It's got a bit of a bad back actually, so we'll see if there's any action out of this when I try to turn over tonight. If I don't feel so much pain and inconvenience as I often do sometimes, I'll blame it on this. The aspirin's working. That's really good. Highly recommended that, folks. There's it. Oh, just cheap lemonade, steeped overnight. Put through a sieve. Job done. I'll keep that in the fridge now. I think that'll be even better when it's nice and cold. Yep, well impressed with that. So if you like what you see, ladies and gents, you know, leave a comment, like the video, and I don't like to say, if you always want to be really ambitious, why not subscribe? I can carry on bringing a lot more of these. Nice and simple, down to earth stuff. No clinical stuff, no perfect things, or nothing's perfect in the world. Anything that's too perfect, when I watch videos and I just think to myself, well, you know, it's all staged, it's all managed, and life isn't really like that. So a few hiccups on the way, brilliant. See you again, and thank you.